Hey guys, when I got my bike, it came with one of these cone filters to the front, and that's personally not my idea of what the bike should look like. I wanted one of the original filters that the bike actually came with. I couldn't get the round one, unfortunately, so I got one of the oval ones off another bike, but second hand it cost me almost nothing, and I'm pretty sure I can modify it to fit onto the bike. The guys actually did a pretty good job getting this cone filter on. They machined the aluminium adapter that just fitted over the filter, over the carb, and the filter was mounted onto that. And then the bracket that holds the breathers for the heads, that sort of kept everything in place and took a lot of the stress off of the carb itself. It was really well done. Unfortunately, the bracket was cracked when I took it off, so it's a good thing that I'm changing it anyway. The adapter that they use doesn't fit on the new filter, so I'm going to have to make a new adapter. And this line with the breather going down to the bottom of the bike, and there's a small little filter at the back of that I'm getting rid of. So I'm going to science the crap out of this filter and put in a new system, and it's going to go a little something like this. So I've had so much fun machining the components to get this filter box to fit onto my bike. The breather line holes were fine. They matched the filter box, so there was no issue there. The problem was the carb body didn't line up perfectly with the back of the filter box. So the two holes were slightly offset, and I needed to machine an adapter. And then also I needed a spacer to bring the filter slightly forward because the carb took up some of the space. Obviously this is not the right filter for the bike, but it's good enough. It'll look really cool on the bike. This type of machining I love doing. To line up on a machine an offset center, especially measuring it off the bike, is incredibly difficult, and I wasn't going to fiff and faff trying to get the centers right. The easiest way to do it is to use the machining to sort out all your tolerances and to get the holes to align. So what I did was I machined the back end to fit the filter, to fit the carb, so that just goes onto the carb, and then I didn't machine the center hole. And then what I did is I machined the spacer for the filter, and if you bolt the two together and then machine them as a unit, and you machine your hole through the center, everything lines up perfectly, and then you don't need to worry about matching or measuring up on the bike or anything like that. So when this goes onto the bike, this hole fits perfectly with the carb, and it lines up perfectly with the filter box. So just by using the space at the back to grip the two together and machining it as one piece, you take away all of your tolerances between the two, and the holes line up perfectly. Then the only other things I needed to do was to machine the breathers, and the breathers went from the top holes through the bolt center, and I machined a little spacer or a little bolt that goes onto the top of the head cylinders. The breather hole goes through the lot, and this goes inside the filter box to the back of the filter. And that's it. That's how I made a non-standard filter fit on my bike, and I think it looks pretty cool.